Well, hello everyone, Texie88 here and welcome to another review. And now I'm looking at Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles 4, Turtles in Time. Brought out by Konami for the Super Nintendo, and it features the famous heroes in a half shell. Now, I know that the original title is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for Turtles in Time, but at the time here in the UK and in some parts of Europe, there was a problem with the word ninja being marketed at children, so as over connotations of it being automatically linked with violence. So the word ninja was replaced with hero. The same thing happened in the original cartoon series, but although the live action films were allowed to retain the ninja in the title for some reason. But enough of that, let's get on with the game. Nice speech samples there. I'll be Michelangelo, as I'm a bit of a sucker for the nunchaku. So April O'Neil, news reporter, and one of Shredder's goons is nicks the Statue of Liberty in New York. Taking liberties literally. The Turtles and their master, the Rat Splinter, Big Apple 3 AM. So what we have is a scrolling beat 'em up. There's April who gives pearls of wisdom, and you can do it. You can also break into a run if you hold down movement for long enough, and while you're doing that, you can press the attack button and charge. And if you press the Y and B buttons together, you can do a special attack, but don't overuse that because it does drain your energy. And there are other little traps in there, like these balls can squash you, so keep an eye on their shadows to make sure you're not underneath them, because otherwise that happens. And you get rather amusing animations like that. Another clever thing you can do is, if I can get it to work, a pizza allows you to top up your energy. That you can actually throw foot soldiers out of the screen. Ooh, shurikens. Good job the BBFC at the time wasn't reviewing that many video games. They would have asked for that as well as Mikey's chucks to be removed. Yeah, I think those exploding barrels are smart bombs. I do love that. Bit of Mode 7. It's got nice music, which is very, and the sound effects are really cool too. Oh, I couldn't jump in time. Nice nice pulsing soundtrack. Always helps with atmosphere. Cattle prods there. Well, they look like cattle prods anyway. I don't think they're tuning. I better get that pizza. I'm nearly out of health. Ah, God. I was on my last tiny sliver of health until I got that pizza. Ooh. 3-section staff. Get off me. Oh, I'm about to lose a life. Shell shock. Shell shock's a bit of a running gag with the Turtles. Terminate the turtles. Now you have to keep an eye on this guy's shadow to get an idea of how to where to stand in order to hit him when he gets low enough. And oh. I hit him just then. Make sure you line yourself up with his shadow if there is one. And nearly done it. Oh. Right, he's done. His energy is completely drained. Bye-bye, Baxter. On to the next level. Looks like we're still in New York City. You can hit these for hydrants, and you can use that as a weapon against the slightly different way of throwing them out of the screen, doing a stomach throw on them. But the overall effect is the same. It plays really well, and in case you're wondering, as you probably guessed, in the top right corner, you can have simultaneous two-player. And every time, if you use a continue, you get you get a chance to pick a different turtle if you so wish. Although I don't think you can both be the same turtle. So if someone else was playing alongside me now, they wouldn't be able to select Michelangelo. Yeah, you don't want to do that too often because you do lose a bit of health if you fall down holes, especially if you do it frequently. I'll keep that pizza there for the moment. That way I can quickly top up with it if needs be. Oh. Oh, crikey. See why I left it. Nice smooth scrolling, great use of colours. Yeah, does feel a bit like the cartoon series in terms of colours. In fact, one of the colour schemes you can use for the turtles is more like the original cartoon series, if you so wish. Yeah. This is one of the better scrolling beat-em-ups for the Super Nintendo, although it does still have the problem that it does all get a bit repetitive after a while. It's really hard to keep the momentum of this genre going for an extended period because it does tend to pull after a while. Oh, not these things again. Oh, God. Get up. Right, on we go. Onwards and upwards. I won't get that, so now I'll get it. That worked out quite well. Damn, that fire hydrant missed this guy. These guys with the 3-section staffs are really quite annoying. I better get that pizza. I'm running low on health. Oh, damn it. Threw that home. That man-hole cover at me. It's really well animated. I'm going to mangle you green slim balls. I don't mean slime balls. Oh. Again, keep an eye on shadows to get an idea of where they are in relation to you, so you can line yourself up with them correctly. Oh, darn, I thought I was going to just miss his gunfire there. Got ya. M head. By the way, if you leave the turtle idle, they do go into a little bit of animation like Mikey twirls one of his nunchakus. The shape of that alien looks somewhat familiar. Hence Rudy Giga inspired, perchance. They've got bonus stage here. Yeah, so we're in the sewers, as you probably guessed. And you've got a nice jaunty tune going on while this nonsense is happening. Nice smooth scrolling as well. Controls are fairly basic but effective. Yeah, as I said, coming up with oh darn it, I could have done with that. Coming up with a scrolling. Oh, I'm missing all the boxes. Oh, again I'm missing the boxes. Oh, here we go. Yeah, they definitely look like they've been inspired by xenomorphs in the Alien franchise. With those elongated heads. Oh, took a hit there. Yay, finally. Not that I needed it for my pizza monster. Okay. Boss time. There's not really a bonus stage. It's a regular stage that gives you a bonus. Yeah. You want to watch out for those, of course. Oh, damn it. Yeah, and you have to watch out for his mind, otherwise your turtle will be hopping on his foot and saying, "My toes, my toes." Bye-bye, our king. And shouting his signature catchphrase upon finishing the level. Little cutscene. And I mean little. Let's get going. I like the foot that's on the door for the foot clap. Yeah. Another gripe I have about this game is it's not exactly the most difficult game in the world. It is pretty a bit too easy. So that will count against it because it won't take you long to finish the game. It's not a painfully short game, but because it's not particularly difficult, it's not going to take long before you do actually complete it. Especially if you give yourself seven lives like you can in the options menu. Even now, this is starting to get a little bit repetitive. I mean, it's polished. It's a polished product. It's just that it's become a victim of its own genre. scrolling beat 'em ups are really hard to maintain the momentum with without everything getting stale. And it is a shame because it's just so hard to keep your momentum going for a long period without everything getting a bit dull. He grabbed me. And there aren't really a huge amount of combat moves either. It's Tokka and Reza. You may remember that they were the villainous creatures in the live-action film Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze. Somewhat idiotic characters, and they show elements. Oh, got burnt there. Right. That's Reza turned back into his base form. Oh, got frozen there. And that's Tokka turned back into his base form. Yeah. As I said, it's not wildly difficult. I'm not going to get that pizza yet. I might need it a bit later. Don't get me wrong, it's still a pretty good title. It's just that it does get a bit tedious after a while. It's a shame though, because it's such a polished product, and goodness me, I'm gonna die. Yeah, it is getting a bit samey. A friend of mine and I back in the mid-90s did actually play this a fair bit. It is fun, especially in 2-player, but it's not all that long before it all gets a bit drab. It's not an awful game, far from it. It's just as I said, it's a victim of its own genre's limitations. It gets repetitive. And as I said, it's not exactly the most difficult game in the world either. Oh gosh, I'm going to die. I've got a tiny sliver of energy left. And look at this. It's just such a shame. Here we go. And I can't really use that special move because it drains energy. Yeah, I lost a life. Yeah, I just use that special move. On to the next bit. Tonight I dine on turtle soup. Now he's in the foreground. The only way to hit him is to do this throwing of foot soldiers out of the screen. You cannot hit him any other way. So make sure you've mastered that maneuver by this point. Some bits of music remind me a little of what's in Super Probotector, which was released outside of Europe as Contra 3, the Alien Wars. Mind it is by Konami, so I suppose it shouldn't be that surprising. Oh, get off me. My patience is wearing thin. I'm banishing you to a time warp from which you will never return. He obviously is underestimating his foes as usual. And there we go, with a bit of Mode 7 to thrown in for good measure. Not far into the past then. Yeah, I think I'm going to wind up the review here. I think you pretty much get the idea. It's a scrolling. It's a scrolling beat 'em up that features the heroes in a half shell, and it makes fairly good use of the license, and in short doses it's fine. It just gets a bit tedious after a while because there aren't really that many combat moves, and it's really hard to throw much in that helps make it different from so many other scrolling beat 'em ups that existed even at the time. So graphics are nice and colourful and well drawn. Generally well animated, although some bits aren't quite as slick as they perhaps could have been. I mean, the walking animations are a bit jerky, but by and large, everything else seems to. By and large, much of the rest of it seems to be okay. As you can see, the attacking maneuvers are well animated, and the nice motion blur on Mikey's nunchaku there. It's just a shame that the gameplay gets a bit drab after a while, and you do sort of wonder how long it'll be before you'll actually finish it. Because I can pretty much tell you it wouldn't take long. It's just a shame that it's a bit too easy and gets repetitive. Because apart from those, it's a pretty fun game. Although it's slightly less fun if you're playing by yourself. If you're playing simultaneous 2-player, then the fun does increase a little. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't hate the game, and it's not terrible. It's just not that great. Playing for long periods because there's just not enough to it to help keep it alive. So it won't be all that long before the novelty wears off a little bit and you don't play it so much anymore. So I'm going to get the nice Mode 7 effect in the background there, using walking to simulate the heat rising up from the ground. Yeah, so I'm going to give Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles 4 Turtles in Time 7 out of 10. It's good, but it does get repetitive and it's a bit too easy. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that review and that you have a turtly amazing day. Sorry. Catch you on another review soon. Texie88 out.